All right, I want to talk Luke Skywalker, and I want to talk the kind of oncoming dystopian future we have for actors that I see in this. It says, CGI Luke Skywalker looks better because he looks less like Mark Hamill. Now, I don't know if you guys know who Mark Hamill is, but Mark Hamill is Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
Well, I know you know this, but, I'm speaking to the royal you.
Okay.
The CGI Luke Skywalker in Book of Boba Fett, Episode 6, looks better than he did in The Mandalorian because he looks a little less like actor Mark Hamill. In the first three Star Wars...
writer just mad at Mark Hamill?
That's what I thought at first. Total shade.
When you said this, I was like, who cares if he looks like Mark Hamill? I don't.
Yep. So
unless is Mark Hamill notoriously not good looking?
I think they're trying to point out that the master of CGI has evolved because we did it first with Will Smith and Gemini Man, right? Yep. Which kind of look freaky because it's just him younger.
And the Marvel does it really well with Samuel L. Jackson and Captain Marvel.
Yeah, and then was another movie that they did. Star Wars, definitely. They had a character who already passed away.
Oh, well, they did Carrie...
And also, another thing, they do this with, commercials, too. So there was a commercial with Elizabeth Taylor who passed a long time ago. But since, there's a new, contract that celebrities have to sign now, where they said... Basically, when you pass away, we have the rights to your.
That's what this is, dude. That's what I'm talking about here. Have you guys? Me and an old coworker used to talk about this movie called The Congress, which is this Robin Wright movie from 2013. I'm going to read you the plot synopsis, and it says Robin Wright plays a fictionalized version of herself as an aging actress with a reputation for being terrible, so much so that nobody is willing to offer her roles lest they be sued by traumatized audiences. That's how bad she is. Her son, Aaron, suffers from Usher syndrome that is slowly destroying his sight and hearing and will result in becoming a strange and bizarre creature that can taste, sound, and feel people's thoughts. Wait, Robin's longtime agent, Al, played by Harvey Keitel, takes to a meet with Jeff Green, a CEO of a film production company, Miramount Studios, which controls the world's governments through media entertainment, and offer to buy her likeness and digitize her into a computer-animated version of herself.
This is not real.
After initially turning down the offer, Robin reconsiders after realizing she may be unable to find future work with the emergence of this new technology, and agrees to sell the film rights to her digital image to Miramount Studios in exchange for a hefty sum of money. But then you don't get any control over what they do with you from then on because you're not actually doing any acting.
That's true. There's an episode of Treehouse of Horrors from The Simpsons. Yes, I'm going to tie it in. But there's an episode where Hollywood basically hires Homer to kill all the celebrities. And the reason why they wanted to kill them off because they said, basically, when you kill them off, they don't have a say if we can put them in a stupid commercial or not.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But it says to achieve a younger Luke Skywalker in The Mandalorian, the production team turned to digital effects. Hamill still played the role, but his footage was de-aged. A stand-in actor who closely matched younger Hamill's features and build, Max Lloyd Jones, was also used, and The Mandalorian's Luke was created from a blending of Hamill's and his performances. For the young Luke's voice, neither actor recorded dialogue, and instead, an AI program was used to synthesize his voice from collected audio of Hamill during the Return of the Jedi era. The final results received a mixed response at best, but it didn't deter the Book of Boba Fett. So that's insane, the amount of how bankable. Imagine being like Mark Hamill and knowing.
Why did they need to do this? Sorry, they needed to show Mark Hamill's character when he was younger
because new Star Wars sucks, and they know that the only thing people like about Star Wars is the original trilogy characters, i.e. Luke Skywalker. It says in Book of Boba Fett, Episode 6, Luke Skywalker's age is again in a mixture of live performance and digital effects, but thankfully the final results are a big improvement over The Mandalorian. The role is still credited to Mark Hamill, and it's possible he was again on set to play the part, though there's no official confirmation of that. Also credited are Graham Hamilton as a performance artist and Scott Lang as a stunt double, replacing Lloyd Jones as stand-ins for the younger Luke. Presumably, a similar de-aging process was used to create CGI Luke Skywalker, though there have likely been technological advancements even in the short time Lucasfilm. There was a YouTuber last year who, after this Mandalorian season 2 version of him came out, did a better version of it, on a home computer. And I think that it says, they mentioned it says YouTuber has previously produced a better deep fake version of young Luke, and surely their talents played some part in they hired him to help improve the CGI process. But in addition to all that, the reason the Book of Boba Fett CGI Luke looks better than this one is the Mandalorian Season 2 could be that they aren't trying as hard to perfectly replicate 1983 Mark Hamill. So maybe there's something to be said about generalizing it more. You get the base facial outlook, but if you try to make it perfect, you're going to recall specific images from the old movie rather than a new image.
Are you watching this show?
I'm not watching this show.
I'm watching this show?
I'm not.
I'm literally only did this because I think that this is fascinating about what this means for the future of acting.
I understand that, but like, man, this is so stupid. Like, I get it. Technology is cool and people like Star Wars, but like,
our coworker Andrew is watching it and like, dude, he looks so defeated.
I mean, like, I think it's this thing where like it is not doing well. It's not capturing its own unique audience. It's trying to keep people who have loyalty to the Star Wars interest. So we have to make sure Mark Hamill is there and you feel connected to him, but also like, can't we just let this go? Like, I'm so tired of being like, no, but we can bring back something you like with new technology that makes it not better, just sort of different.
Well, also, I feel like it's a slap in the face of new age actors because they don't have faith in them.
No, it's not a slap in the face. It's less a slap in the face to them, more it's kind of it's proof of just how bankable these old stars actually were.
I know, but like,
I don't. Sorry, go ahead.
No. Like, you go ahead and continue your thoughts.
I was just gonna say, like, I don't know if I'd say the word slap in the face, like, because they do technically use a young new actor. It's just like, why do you need to do this? Like, well, again, I don't watch this show, and I'm not really into Star Wars, so maybe I am not the target audience to ask. But like,
you have to be.
It seems like so much work for something that's like. Doesn't seem necessary, and also like
they spent $4 billion on Star Wars. They're going to get their money's worth.
But maybe this is like my opinion of Tom Cruise. Like,
ew.
I'm just over it, and I don't really care. So I mean, I guess spend your money on CGI or don't spend your money on CGI.
Well,
like,
the reason why I said it's a slap in the face because they basically new actors who are a little bit younger. They basically want to have a career and have their face out there, but then you have these like old actors like basically CGI to look young. What's the point of having the younger person who's still alive to be there?
Yeah, I mean, because they literally need it for the tech, but it's not his acting. I also think that like on top of that, like you're right. Yeah, like they aren't getting a chance to fill a role.
Exactly.
And it's the studio's hands are tied because like people did see whatever age Mark Hamill, so they want that back. But like really, why don't we just stop making Star Wars films? My most controversial hot take now. Yeah.
Tell Disney that.
Because, like, if we had new characters in a new series, then we could have new actors who do new things.
And nobody liked the new trilogy, which is why they go back to tell these old stories, because Disney does not know how to write Star Wars. Disney does not know how to create new stars. It's like WWE. They only know how to use their old talent to. They have no idea how to create new stars.
The other part is like, I think sometimes this goes into like we are afraid to make new content because we don't know what we're allowed to say or do or make or reproduce or whatever. And there are all these standards. So it's like, well, we'll just recycle Star Wars because we know that was popular and it's safer. But stop. I'm not interested and I never will be.
Also, there's a film theory why they keep on recreating the classics that we like back then. He said it's because Disney, they basically profit on like, oh no, it wasn't, was it film theory or is Disney Dan? Sorry, I'm like pulling like all the YouTubers that I watch where they talk about like fun facts about the movie and film industry, where they're saying like basically Disney will produce like the worst thing ever. So like the new trilogy of Star Wars, worse, like the flop
that nobody likes.
That nobody likes. But then when you bring up like something like, let's say Book of Boba Fett was good.
Yep.
If they brought it up, then like all of a sudden they remember it as a different way. Instead of being really bad, they remember it, oh, it's nostalgia feel. And then that's when they produce more merch. That's what
I'm saying. Like they're doing this because they're trying to capture the nostalgia feeling of having Mark Hamill the way it was. But like, is that... I mean, I guess it's cool that you can use technology. I personally think this is creepy. I think you're right. It opens the door to a bunch of weird CGI who has the rights to your image forever stuff. But on top of that, like this stunt did not increase viewership as far as I can tell.
No, it didn't.
Like cool, but
it did at the end of the Mandalorian season 2 when they showed Luke at the end of there was like reaction videos of people watching him appear on screen and like people crying because they're seeing young, because they screwed Mark Hamill over in the new trilogy. He's made to be an old pathetic loser who's not anything like the Luke Skywalker of old, so they feel like they've redeemed the character by bringing him back de-aged and actually do the character justice to what he's actually like as a character.
I think it's just time to move on.
They spent $4 billion on the franchise. They're not going to just move on.
I don't care
that
how
was
much
a mistake.
money.
I don't really like not that's irrelevant to me. Like, it's time to have new content and stop trying to, like, I don't know, rebake something that's already dead.
And it's not like they don't have a gazillion stories they could use from the expanded universe. They're going to be doing Ahsoka Tano. They're going to be doing what's the other one that's in the pipeline? I forget whichever the other ones. Rebels, or
it's Rebels
in Rogue Squadron. There's going to be like stories that aren't original trilogy characters. They will likely appear, but the whole point of buying a franchise like Star Wars is all those characters inhabit that world. So you're leaving money on the table if you don't try to at least find a way to include them. I have no problem with them doing this here. I understand Disney wanted to make their money back. I just think it's a weird philosophical question about where this goes from here once an actor. They did the same thing in the movie The Irishman. They de-aged Robert De Niro to play a younger version, like that to me it feels more like you're taking money out of, like, because that's not an established character. You're just de-aging an old actor to play a younger role. That feels more like you're like a young actor is being.
I guess the question is, sorry, go ahead.
No, you go.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I guess the question is, when you have a character that has already existed in time, like with this case, Mark Hamill really did play that character at that age, from what I understand about it, at one time. So is it more accurate to the series to try and get it as close to his likeness as possible? And I can see an argument where, yes, it is. My separate objection to I'm tired of Star Wars, is really irrelevant. With the Robert De Niro character, you're right. Like, they could have cast someone else. But again, I think comes down to the same question. Do you have an obligation to the series to try and keep the likenesses as accurately as possible as they would have been? Like, because we have the technology to make Robert De Niro look younger.
And he's not playing an established character.
Well, he's not.
No, that's what I'm saying. That feels more crappy for a younger actor because he's not playing a younger version of himself.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, if it's the same character, we've never seen him in this era. No. Like, does he have the rights to it, even though we've never seen him before? Like, Star Wars is weird because it's been going on for so long.
Yeah, exactly. This is just a new character that they de-aged because it was Scorsese, and I'm sure you just wanted to work with him again.
I also wonder, like, if you're a makeup artist, like, are you mad that, like, CGI is taking your job here?
They still have to do a lot of makeup work to make this stuff work. There's still a lot of base layers of, like, to make the facial to smooth out and accentuate. No, there's still a lot of work to.
Is it even worth it? I don't know.
They
probably see people in that, like, line of work. I'm assuming they like the technical challenge of it. Like, they just see it as a different version of what they already do.
And if he's the right actor for the character, I mean, I guess I could see it being important. It's just like, I am not as crazy about technology as everyone else, I guess, is. Like, I would just rather see someone else who is talented.
Movies with maybe that's another reason I liked Reachers. There's almost no CGI. It's just fighting and like there's blood and there's like squibs, but it's all practical effects for the most part. Like I agree that CGI for the most part. One of the famous quotes that I heard when I was in college, when I was in film school, it's like, the best CGI is CGI you don't realize is there.
Yeah.
Meaning, like, Marvel can create an expand, like, a huge universe on this green screen, but it still looks fake.
Yeah.
Right? So
no, it does. And I think, like, I just personally prefer things that are more based in reality.
I agree.
So, like, cool, we have a CGI person. Like, I can understand where intellectually that technology is interesting and fascinating, but, like, as a viewer, it wouldn't make me want to see it more. Just like if you told me there was a movie after Mark Hamill passes that has the CGI rights to his life, like, that's an interesting legal concept, but it's not going to make me want to watch the movie.
And it's going to be more prevalent with franchise, because everything is a franchise now. Marvel is so Samuel L. Jackson's going to be playing Nick Fury
forever
for 100 years after he passes.
Oh, Jesus!
Like,
but also, this is made for the younger audience, so these are prequels to the actual trilogy. So I feel like they're just trying to get, like, younger people because, like,
they don't care.
They don't care, but
they
like,
don't care.
If, like, Disney keeps on producing, like, cute little characters, like little Baby Yoda or like the
we're going to talk
porgs.
tomorrow about the very blatant marketing that's going on in Toy Story.
Yeah, I saw.
First thing I saw that was, we'll talk about it, cash grab. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, basically if they keep on making cutesy little characters, like kids don't care. Like my sisters like have the Porg doll. Do you know what a Porg is?
Yeah, I do.
Do you? Okay, so it's like a hybrid between a penguin and a weasel looking thing. It's so ugly, but apparently kids love it.
It's designed to be sold as a product. It's Baby Yoda was designed with toys in mind.
Yeah, but it's so ugly. I don't understand it.
And it's not kids that love Baby Yoda. It's middle-aged dudes who love Star Wars who love Baby Yoda, and women and middle-aged women who love Star Wars.
Maybe they should just have actual babies and move on from life.
Well, also people love dressing up their dogs
song.
as Baby Yoda too.
That's so weird.
Yeah,
so then they sell costumes for dogs.
Yeah, they do that. They do that because Disney made a joke about it too, like where Marge is like talking to Santa as a little helper. She's like, "Do you want to be a Baby Yoda?" "Yes, you do. Yes, you do." And the dog looks so miserable.
The dogs. Anytime I see somebody put a dog in a costume, I just feel so bad for the dog.
But yeah, it's made. I feel like their theory is that they want to make this as a prequel, and they're making all like the original actors from the original trilogy younger, so younger audiences understand it and they can grow up with these like franchises. But like kids don't care.
Nope.
Just make something new.
They're watching YouTube. Kids are watching YouTube and
they're
anime.
They're watching anime. They're watching Roblox replays.
Yep.
They're watching Bluey. Bluey's really cute. Like I recommend it to kids.
This stuff is like around more to sell stuff at the theme parks. I feel
that's true. Well, they did destroy one of the rides at Disneyland for it to basically have Star Wars all over it. I'm kind of sad by it.
See, it was philosophical. It had nothing to do with the show. I wanted to make it philosophical.
Hannah Claire said no.
Ugh, I can't get behind it.
I like the reaction though. See, I'm not looking for agreement with me. In fact, I don't even really know how I feel about it. I just know that it's going to be an interesting conundrum.
It's an interesting like product, but like I just can't get like I don't Star Wars.
But yeah,
you and Andrew should talk about it.
But yeah, you do make a good point about like the legal standpoint. How far can they get away with it? Because when I saw the first commercial with Elizabeth Taylor, she was selling perfume. And I was like, didn't she die like years before this?
Yeah. And I wonder, like, I know we got to move on to the next topic, but like, you know, if you have someone who's dead, you know, didn't they like project Tupac as a hologram at like some event?
Yep.
You know, like all these things ultimately come down to, and I think one day we'll see a court case that's like, are you defrauding the public? Like if you use this actress's image to sell perfume, even if you have her estate's consent, you don't have hers.
The estate.
Right, but even then, like you don't have her consent, and like if
it would be baked into their contract,
right? And if it's not like a clip of her from a movie, you've CGI'd it so it looks like she is presenting this new thing. Like that's not an authentic image. That's actually like an image that do you remember when people would pirate music and they'd be like, well, it's not the song, it's a bunch of cut up versions of the song that makes a new file, so it's not the same thing. Like I think that comes down to like.
That's scary. Yeah, because then it's not about something they've already done.
Right.
It's having them portray. Maybe they wouldn't have done this.
You have no idea,
alive.
and their estate arguably doesn't know either.
Ah, wow. So. See, we got to some interesting questions.
In case you're wondering, I'm tired of Star Wars. I like. Anyways,
I love that discussion though. Those are good questions. Those are questions that will eventually matter.
It's okay, Hannah Claire. I'll send you a meme where this girl like stands right next to a replica of Darth Vader, and she does this in front of it.
That's funny.
Oh boy. He's like, what? It has nothing to do with me.
Exactly. Like they said, when girls say they love the franchise, but they do that.
Yeah.
No, I'm openly like, I have watched Star Wars. I'm happy if you like Star Wars. My brother watches Star Wars. He has like seen all of The Mandalorian or whatever. I feel like I'm happy for you guys, but I'm also tired of it.
Makes perfect. There's the other one where it's like the girl's like, she's like, about to do some gaming, and then hashtag not like most girls. She's
and it's like the wrong controller.
She's like, I'm about to play some PS5, not like most girls, and it's an Xbox controller.
Gosh. The subreddit, like, are not like other girls, is one of my favorite things. There's some YouTuber who will like just read them, and it's like, most girls wear high heels, but I wear sneakers. And you're like, shut up.
If all spellings of Ashley was a picture and they've all got blue jeans, it's like you're never gonna meet another girl like me, and she's wearing blue jeans, like a tank or like a white shirt, and then like a duck down vest.
Yeah. That was the style for a while, and now it's like all of the girls in straight leg jeans, this like black puffer coat from Aritzia, and like they have a claw clip in. Yep. And look, I love it. It's trendy. It's cute, but.
I mean,
I'm not arguing that I'm tired of Star Wars to try and be different. What I'm saying is we should all collectively lay Star Wars to rest. And I'm sorry Disney spent so much money on it, but I think it's time to open our eyes to
I don't think they're sorry for it. Well, I think
Disney did this to themselves.
Yeah, I think Disney just wants money.
Yes, well, that's as they should. They're a corporation. That's their job.
So
they're just a very bad corporation that sucks at their job right now. Thanks for watching this clip, guys. If you want to see full episodes or follow us on social media, links are in the description below. Bye.
Bye.